There's always room on the couch.
From the Rugrats. Remember the Rugrat movie?
No.
Where'd you go? I Miss You So. Yes, it was. It was from I'm pretty sure it was from the Rugrats in Paris movie.
I'm pretty sure they just used the movie. I don't think.
No,
it
but
was
okay, fine. That's the first
movie.
time I've ever heard the song. Was like I'm pretty sure.
Because that's about veterans.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I might be thinking of a completely different song then, because I thought it was the song that they played when they were flying to Paris and Chucky was seeing like his mom in the clouds. Maybe I gotta dabble in that after and see. I haven't watched the Rugrats in Paris movie in at least 15 years. At least. And that's being conservative on it. I actually think it's been a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's a Fort Minor song.
A Fort? No. Well, oh wait. So okay, I'm definitely thinking of a different song then, or maybe I'm thinking the original song. Because if it's Fort Minor sampled it. If it's an original song, Fort Minor probably sampled it, and then the song I'm thinking of is what played during the Rugrat movie. Because the Rugrat movie came out. Hold on.
You could be right, but
I mean, I'm down a rabbit hole right now, and that's fine. But the Rugrat movie came out in like 2002. No, actually could have been earlier. It might have been like 2000 because Who Let the Dogs Out was the song.
Yeah, I know, dude. It was Where'd You Go by Fort Minor.
Okay.
It's the side project from Mike Shinoda.
Yeah, shout out Mike Shinoda. Linkin Park. All that good stuff. Yeah, you ever see the clip of when Avril May didn't know who Mike Shinoda was?
No, I did not.
Oh my God, it was so funny. They were on a red carpet somewhere, and I'm assuming it had to be, if it wasn't for League, it had to be for some type of gaming thing. But Avril May was like doing like red carpet interviews and had this whole red carpet interview with Michael Shinoda, had no idea who he was, and then was just like, so yeah, like, where are you from? And then he was like, I started a band, called Linkin Park.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh my God, you're Michael Shinoda.
Yeah, no, hold on. This song is basically the perspective of a person whose lover is always traveling, and like one of the verses featured like a veteran or something like that. But yeah, in the music video,
I gotta go back and listen to that song. Fort Minor has some jams. They had some.
I loved Fort Minor.
Obviously this is 10%, like that song. Like remember the name? That's
of course,
bro. That was in my pregame playlist when I used to play. That was absolutely being on the bus, jamming out to that before you getting out there. Oh yeah, that was one of them. That was one of them.
Dang, wait, hold on. What else did Fort Minor have?
I'll be honest with you. I know they had that one album.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they had after that, but I know Shinoda led them with that first album, and then Remember the Name was the big song off of that. And then he went back with Linkin Park, and all of the greatness that they did. R.I.P. Chester Bennington.
It's kind of those two big ones that were like really,
like they had a couple
toppers.
Like,
Remember the Name,
it was that one. Remember the Name was huge.
Where'd You Go?
Remember the Name.
So was Where'd You Go?
True.
All right,
but. No, I don't know. I just randomly started singing that song, and I have to go back and see. Now I have to go back and see what song I was thinking of from the Rugrat movie. I always go back to it because that's the Rugrats in Paris movie, but the actual original Rugrat movie was a lot darker because Tommy absolutely had a chance to kill Dill, and he didn't. He just didn't do it because if he drops that bananas on Dill, those monkeys pounce, and Dill's an infant, bro. Dill's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's gone. That's it. Dill's gone. And I don't know. That's just kind of dark for our child. Our childhood had a bunch of dark movies and dark moments, but
it was funny because you bring up the whole Rugrats thing. Just watched the clip on Insta, and someone was like, I finally understand Angelica's mom now that I'm an adult.
Yo, facts.
And when you think about Angelica's mom, we all thought, like, what's wrong with this lady?
Yeah.
And then now, people who are adults with, like, multiple children and, like, careers and stuff, they're like, oh, bro, this is crazy. It makes so much sense. Man, so much stuff went over our heads as kids. I think it's endless.
But I look at it like it also was cool to see, what was her mom's name? Charlotte Pickles, like, being that, like, was it HBIC, like head bitch in charge? Like she used to run whatever company she was running. She ran it. That was her. That was what she did. She was the best one. I remember her on the treadmill, like in a meeting, yelling at what's dude's name? They used to make Angelique used to make his life a living hell. Jonathan, bro. Jonathan, his life used to be made a living hell. He hated Angelica. Hated her because he was like, yo, I can't say no to my boss's kid. And my boss's kid is clearly a brat. But I can't do nothing because I need this job. She's having babysitting Angelica, badass. I can't.
I lied to you.
Huh?
It wasn't Rugrats. I misunderstood that. Was it? Hold on.
You looking up the song still?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the... So... If memory serves,
right. I found the soundtrack.
If memory serves, they were on the plane. This was right after, or it might have been the song where they had the mom dance. They had the children's mom dance.
Yeah,
and Chucky was the one left out.
That song isn't even on the soundtrack.
Not the Fort Minor song, but maybe the original song.
The Fort Minor song is the original.
It's the original song.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm definitely thinking of a different song. Oh, I'm definitely down the rabbit hole thinking of a different
Unless
song.
I'm crazy.
I mean, I might be crazy.
But
being normal's overrated.
I didn't mean, when I said Rugrats, I didn't mean Rugrats. I meant Hey Arnold, by the way.
Oh, Hey Arnold had.
It was, no, remember when it was
Pigeon Man?
Pigeon Man was. That
Pigeon
was
Man.
tough.
Pigeon Man was nuts, bro.
I talked a lot about mental health and whatnot. Oh. That was a tough one.
Like, I'm happy. I hope he found peace. I hope him and his pigeons found peace, because even as a kid, when I saw that they ransacked the pigeon coops up on the roof, I was just like, bro, why? Like, why you messing with Pigeon Man? Just out in Depot pigeon coop, sweating like a slave.
Oh my god! No, it was crazy though when they all hit the zippers or whatever it was, the Toy Story. The snake in my boots, and flew this man off.
Toy Story snake in my boot is crazy because it's exactly what it was.
That's what it was. He had a bunch of them.
That's 100% what that was. But how many? I gotta go back and watch that clip because there was so many pigeons that he like just kind of.
Bro, it was a lot of pigeons.
It was mad pigeons.
He had so many. He was able to leave one with Arnold at the end of that episode.
Yo, and I don't think we ever saw Pigeon Man again. We
never saw Pigeon Man.
We never saw Pigeon Man. Like Stoop Kid used to come around every now and then. We used to see a couple people. Obviously, Chocolate Boy was always there. We used to see people.
I think Pigeon Man was like the same exact level of like the Turtle episode.
I was thinking, I was literally thinking Lockjaw. Lockjaw. I was just thinking, have we ever seen Lockjaw again?
So I think that the equivalent of that, you know how some characters just kind of came in just to punch you in the gut with the feels.
Yo, what's
about
Arnold
had a lot of those.
Mr. Wynn's daughter.
Yeah, Mr. Wynn's daughter.
Mr. Wynn's daughter.
God.
Yo, it's talking about an episode that we didn't get as kids. Yo, like, bro, Mr. Wynn was stuck in Saigon, bro.
Yes.
He was stuck
in Saigon.
And he had to get his daughter out. That was crazy when I got older. I was like, wait, whoa. Oh my gosh. I wish they would hit kids with shows. I wish they would hit kids with shows like that now. We had great television. We had great television that taught us about life, bro. Taught us about life.
I mean, speaking of life. Since we're here.
Yep.
What anime do you think taught you the most about life?
That's a good question. And by the way, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna just say what up, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, what up, y'all? What up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all still
what up, baby?
That's a good. All right, so I had a couple when I thought about that. So first off, there's some that I thought as far as taught me about life that from back in the day, that when I first got into anime, obviously, you look at Dragon Ball Z, you look at Naruto, you look at all like the classic Toonami joints. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper and look at some of like the ones that people, and I've been talking about Gurren Lagann a lot lately, but Gurren Lagann is definitely one. Like Kamina as a character, I know I keep beating this horse, but like Kamina, like I've thought about all-time favorite characters in anime, and Kamen is absolutely in my top at least 5, maybe even top 3.
Yeah,
because he taught me so much about. I mean, there are quotable lines from Kamen that I
it's
say
kind
to
of wild.
this
My boy
day.
only lasted like 3 episodes,
bro.
Yeah,
like,
go for it.
I think it was.
Sorry,
honestly,
I was
I think it was like
it was unnecessary.
6 or 7. But I mean, believe in the you
7.
that, bro.
Sorry.
Believe in the you that believes in me. You know how like
fire line.
That one is not even just like a fire line. Like anytime in my life where I've been through like a really difficult time after I've seen that, and I talk to like you or some of the other Brodies, or even talk to my wife, and they kind of like, all y'all have given me like that push. All y'all have given me that, like, my wife and I just had some of these conversations recently where like I'm kind of going through stuff in my own head, and just life is lifing a little bit, and she's kind of giving me the boost, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, she's basically telling, believe in believe in the me that believes in you, like believe in the person that you think that, or that they think that you can be.
So,
and
not to even cut you off, do you believe that is teach you something about life, or is that just like a one-liner that you love though?
No, see, I think
not even to get the pushback.
No, I got you. I actually think that has taught me a lot about myself in life. If I know it's like kind of I don't take it as a caveat, but I think it's taught me a lot about myself in life, because in those moments when you get down in the dumps, and especially me, whether it's like dealing with my anxiety, dealing with just life stuff, dealing with just myself in general, when I get those opportunities to like have someone in my corner and get that reminder that somebody's in my corner, even if I can't see which way is up, getting an opportunity to understand that there are people in my corner that know me, that believe in me, that trust me, that look at me and say like, yo, you got this. Even if I don't believe it all the time myself.
And it's believing in them, because realistically speaking, Simone does not get where he gets to without keeping Kamina in his back pocket in terms of like always remembering his words and his presence and just kind of being there for him. So I can give you that one for sure. I'm gonna go with a shocker for you, if I'm being completely honest.
What you got for me? What you got?
And it's not that it taught me a lot, but I related to it a lot.
Okay.
I know I've said a lot of BS about this anime. Vinland Saga.
Yeah, I have Vinland Saga on my list too. I made a little list. Man. I have Vinland Saga. So what has Vinland Saga taught you about life?
So it, like, we obviously had season 1 where, Thorfinn was on this destructive path.
Revenge.
For vengeance. And valid. Valid. 1000% valid. I think many of people will be like, what he was going for, I would have done. Now, with that being said, there's so much more that your life is capable of outside of one incident that happened in your life. As tragic as that moment was, is this the end for you? If it's not, what else can you do with the time that you have left other than this one thing? Life is a series of endless possibilities. Luffy said that when he fought Kaido. As long as I'm alive, there is always an opportunity. So, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful point of the series. I know that's a large part of the series. I know I gave it shit a lot about my take on Thorfinn.
I'm so happy you went back and watched Vinland Saga. But I really am.
I still double down though. Like, you can't just be like, oh, what if they come and raid this village? Then I'm gonna leave. If I'm gonna raid this village, I'm gonna leave. Bro, you gotta stand and fight at some point. I ain't saying go down the rabbit hole of vengeance in the way he did, but you gotta at least be able to stand to fight for what you believe in too.
Defending as opposed to being a pacifist.
Yeah, you don't have to be the aggressor. You can be a defender.
Fair enough. And I think that's always been your beef with Thorfinn in that situation. I mean, I love the way that you put that as far as like one instance or one moment in your life cannot define you. Because I think for that whole first season, that is what defined him. That whole first season, it was so
It was gas.
It was so gas. Actually, we're gonna talk about first episodes later in the pod today, but I was thinking about, like, when we were thinking about the first episode thing, and I was thinking about like Bomb first episodes and Vinland Saga and where that kind of came in. That first season of Vinland Saga in its totality was just greatness personified. You know what I mean? Like, it was.
I might rewatch the first season again because I did only rewatch the second. Okay. Off of memory, first season might be a 10 out of 10. For me.
Yeah. No, pretty doggone.
It might be a 10 out of 10 for me.
9.5 is that?
I mean, it ain't a 10 out of 10. It's a 9.9.
Because and the one thing I'll even say about that first season, and kind of going back what we were talking about with Thorfinn and not letting that one moment define him, when Askeladd got killed after he beheaded the king, and Askeladd, and that moment
when that sword dropped, when that dagger dropped, and we saw his whole entire short lifespan, and again, how much more life do you have to live? What can you do with it? He saw Thorfinn was what, like 16 or something like that?
I don't even know he was, because
he might not even been that old.
Yeah, he might have been like 14, 15, maybe like 12, 13, 14.
His life, realistically speaking, when his father died, had to be in like that last 8 years or something like that. My boy's whole short period of life flashed before his eyes in one swing of a sword.
His cry out about, like, wait, I'm supposed to be the one to do this? Like, nah, like, I wanted you to die, but it had to be by my hand. And everything I've done my entire life has been so that I could be the one to take you out. Like, look, imagine if, like, Itachi died and Sasuke didn't do it. Like, Sasuke would have gone down the rabbit hole as well. I don't think it would have been depicted as well as it was with Thorfinn, because Thorfinn's vengeance literally was the only thing he cared about, to the point where he followed Askeladd's crew and said, bro, I'm not letting you out of my sight. I don't care what I got to do, but you were dying by my hand. And then for that moment, I don't think Thorfinn ever thought of a moment where Askeladd's life ended and it wasn't by his hand. So when it actually happened,
to kind of just even dig in a little bit deeper to what I said originally as to why we got into this conversation, it also, Vinland Saga proves a great point of, you can't have everything. You can't have all your eggs in one basket, my boy.
Yo, that's a fact.
Because if all you got to eat is eggs for the rest of this week, and you got all of them in one basket, and that basket dropped, my boy, you gonna starve.
Gonna be down there talking about some, yo, hold up, nah, man, I can get this. It's just a little. Yeah. We can wipe this dirt off. It's okay.
We can wipe this dirt off this yolk.
I mean, his character, and I know we Vinland Saga did such a great job of depicting so many different human emotions, from loss to grief,
1000%.
to rage, to anger, to respect, even to the point where we started to. I love Askeladd. I love Askeladd to this day, even after everything he did. He was such a great character.
He was a great character. You don't have to be a good person to be a great character.
Facts. I mean, so would it be going too far to say Askeladd raised Thorfinn? I don't think it would be. I don't think at all it would be.
I wouldn't say he raised Thorfinn.
Not like, okay, reared him.
What he did was
pointed him in the direction and said,
"Go." Pointed him a direction and said, "There you go, go for it." So I wouldn't say he raised Thorfinn.
Raise might be going too far.
Yeah,
Raise might be going
a little too far.
Fair enough. But I do think there are aspects of, especially that first season, where Askeladd definitely looked at Thorfinn and said, I'm going to teach you this lesson. You're going to learn this lesson by my hand. So there was some child rearing in there. It might not have been, intentional in that same way as, say, Thor's would have done it, but it was there.
Thor's was the best father.
Agreed.
Best father.
I know. So I actually had another one on that same tip, as far as like life in anime that has taught me, and another great one, Samurai Champloo. So I had Samurai Champloo.
Just recommended that to somebody.
Yo, listen, good for you, and good for that person who you recommended it to.
It wasn't going to be on my list in terms of this topic, but yeah, it's a good one. I love it.
So the reason why I had it on this topic is life is a journey, and I know that's kind of like it's taught me about never expecting where your life is going to go. Always be open to new possibilities, always be open to new adventures, always be open to new things in your life that you may never expect. And I mean, Mugen and Jean crossing paths with Fu, that was as unexpected and serendipitous as you can ever get when it comes to life. You don't know
1,000%.
You don't know who's going to come into your life and completely twist it on its head. I'm married. I know that to be a fact.
Yeah.
But like, you never know who's going to come into your life and completely change your perspective of how you're going to look at the world, on how you're going to react, how you're going to move. And I feel like for Mugen especially, and I go back to the episode where Mugen went back to like he met up with like his childhood crew. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like when he met his childhood crew.
Yep. And he was like, I don't really know about this.
I don't know about this. Like, I used to run with y'all
about this.
But like now I'm running with a different crew that has taught me so much more about valuing my own life and valuing my own skills and understanding that like this isn't the way to do this and y'all moving real weird and I don't want to be a part of this no more. Even to the point where he had to like, they really tried to get Mugen at the end too. That's still
for sure.
They tried to slime my man out.
Yeah, they tried to slime him bad.
Yo, and he was not taking it. And I respect Mugen for that. But even when you look at Jean's character, and I think about the episode when Jean crossed paths with the lady that he fell in love with eventually. Yep. Like, and my man was just walking down the path. And even not even from Jen's perspective,
he had to realize, you know what?
Listen, but not even not even from G.
And I think that was half the point of the damn series. All of them coming to their own conclusions about why they're all on this own path together and realizing I have grown as a person.
Yep.
And the things that I were seeking before just no longer aren't within my grasp, or they're just not, I've outgrown them, and that's okay.
Because you're growing as a person.
Yes.
And that's what anime has taught me. Now that, and again, I use that as this example with Samurai Champloo, that is, you never know where life is going to take you. It is truly a journey. You could be trying to get this big job that you've been trying to get, or you've been trying to move to this new location that you thought was going to be it. It may not work out. Yeah. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but maybe along the way, along the journey, you meet people in your life. I say this to you like this. When I was coming into high school, there was a couple other like high schools around the state. One of them in particular has a really good football program, right? And the head coach of that program, he was like one of my baseball coaches and stuff growing up. I used to play with his son, all of that. His son and I play on a bunch of like all-star teams.
You told me this story, but
I may have told you this story. I may have told you the story. And like coming into 8th grade, going into high school, he was like, "Yo, Mikey, you coming here? Yo, Mikey, you coming here? Yo, Mikey, you gonna go here? Like, you're not going." All of that, right? And so as it's going up to, you know, the path for me to pick a school that I'm going to and everything, I end up going to a completely different school. And, you know, athletically, it may not have been looking back on it, may not have been the best decision for how it worked out for like my athletic career. But for me as a person, I met so many friends, so many people, so many, like in a roundabout way is how I met my wife. I met my wife through somebody I went to high school with. 2 people I went to high school
correct.
with.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, you never know. You never know where life is going to take you. You never know what paths are going to, you know, show up, what people are going to come in and change your life. And I look at Samurai Champloo as a great example of teaching me that in life. And I learned, and I've watched Samurai Champloo several times, one of my all-time favorites. And when I watched it as a child, I just thought it was cool because of the vibes in the samurai. When I watch it as an adult and I see all the different ways that they have moved in that anime and how, you know, Mugen's character development, Fu's character development, Jean's character development, everybody that they come in contact with.
I'm gonna level with you on this one. Because my other pick for this one is very similar, at least in terms of how you are talking about the life lessons within the anime. Mob Psycho. I think they're very similar, and because Mob Psycho was a lot about self-worth, you know, and coming to terms with a lot. But Mob would have never been the person he was at the end of that series, and coming into the person that he ended up as without all those crazy random interactions.
Yes. Absolutely. Because I even think about when he ran into the dude, I can't think of the dude's name, dude that lost all his hair.
Oh yeah, he came up multiple times throughout the series. Loved him, by the way. I forget his name.
I forget his name too, but yeah.
And he ended up having the huge. He had the Gerald, but he had the Gerald, but fucking blonde. No, Gerald from Hey Arnold.
I know his name is Gerald Johansson.
No. Oh yeah, his name is Johansson. You're right.
Yeah, I can't. Cause like, and it used to always be like, "Yo, don't touch the hair, bro." Like, yo, chill. Let me make my drink good.
It might slide off. He had a huge wig off. His hair never grew back.
His hair never grew back. But his hair never grew back.
Boy got scared straight,
bro. Well, I mean, if you had to be fair, if you had to fight Mob at close to 100 or all the way at 100%,
yeah, understandable. My boy realized what true power is.
But even
it's a burden, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, it's a burden, isn't it? Oh my God, Ray Store, Daddy Phantom. But seriously, like looking at a character that I hated from Mob Psycho that I actually came around on was Reagan, and I know Reagan's your guy.
That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy. You know who Reagan is?
Who's Reagan?
And you're gonna hate me for it because I'm right.
What you got for me, AU?
Reagan is Moomin Rider if Moomin Rider had a actual like story to tell, or someone who he'd be like whose life he'd be guiding or being a part of.
No, I'm not giving you that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
You're bugging. Reagan had nothing.
Nah, I'm not giving you that.
You just don't want to give it to me.
I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving you that.
Hold on. You don't have to give it to me. Because you're a hater, understandable.
I am a hater when it comes to Moomin Rider.
I went to Hater University myself. I understand. I know ball. However, Reagan did not teach Mob much of anything. You would look at him as useless in a lot of ways. You think that Moomin Rider is useless.
Mm-hmm. Moomin Rider is useless.
But he teaches great lessons.
Yeah,
in terms of
I got you.
His courage and how he applies his life and what people see him as.
I got you.
All right. Anyways, back
even
to
Reagan,
Psycho.
But no, even Reagan got superpowers for that one episode. Moomin Rider still ain't got those superpowers. So no,
I can spoil it for you if you want.
One Punch Man.
To eat those.
Yeah, One Punch Man.
You're gonna have to eat that. Moomin Rider, my boy, get a little upgrade.
All right, he can will he get a 10 speed?
Don't worry about that.
He get a 10 speed.
Don't worry about that. 10
he
speed
upgrade to a motorcycle.
10 speed can't handle him.
Yo, if Moomin Rider falls into a vat of toxic waste and gets a superpower, then I might actually say something. But until that time, get your non-super having behind out the way and let the real heroes do what need to be done. Anyway,
diabolical.
No, but going back to like Reagan and Mob, I think Mob as a choice is awesome because when we first meet Mob, and I don't understand how this series is still so slept on. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Oh, no, I mean, so here's the thing: Mob Psycho, I think, was a tier above, not in terms of how I loved the show or liked it or how great I thought it was, but a tier above in terms of popularity as something of like ranking of Kings.
Ranking of Kings is crazy slept. Ranking of Kings is more slept on than Mob, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think Mob is like a tier above it, and that's why it's shocking. It's like Mob had the audience, Mob had the traction. It's shocking that it didn't grow bigger.
I mean, it also had the story. To be fair, it also had the great story because Mob's character development.
Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year, so I'm gonna leave that one.
Low-key, we ain't never gonna let that one go. And I can't even say that's just a you thing. I ain't really letting that one go either.
Nope, I can't let that go.
Never let it.
I don't know. But I
don't think I can University is great, but
because like I'm not gonna consider I'm not one of those people who gonna hate and be like in the same vein. I'm not gonna watch. I am going to watch it. Yes, for what I watched it for.
But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that they're from a storyline, character development, all the great things that we come to anime for, all the great things that we even have this conversation about anime about, that Solo Leveling
didn't have even a crumb of that.
I don't even think Solo Level could look at the building.
Solo Leveling right now dropped all the eggs in one basket, and it was animation and fighting.
And that's it. And I mean, that's cool. Anyways. Just let that happen. But I look at Mob Psycho and Mob in particular, his character development from episode 1 to the final episode, and the way that he lived his life up to that point in the way that he lived his life throughout the series, that we got to see him dealing with the anxiety, him dealing with the struggles, him really having this like existential crisis of like, am I anything more than just these powers? Like, imagine, like, for people that like look at anime as like a mirror, so to speak, of like what's going on in not only society, maybe even their own lives. You look at a character like Mob, who looks around as, on the surface, looks like, yo, he's a super powerful psychic. He got all of this. He got all of that. But in actuality, dude wasn't really even happy with the person he was. You know what I mean? And he was just like,
that's the reason why he had those psychic powers, because he couldn't come to terms with everything. No, he had them, but the reason why I think he was so powerful is that he couldn't come to terms with all those emotions. He didn't even know who he was. So he was living this teenage angst level of like crises, like on a regular basis, and keeping that straight face, holding it all in. And so that countdown was just like, bro, I don't know what to do. I'm about to explode.
I'm about to explode. I'm about to
explode, bro. So yeah,
I don't know.
Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho's all right. So Mob Psycho. That's a really good one. Let me see what else I had on here.
And I had the GOAT.
Okay.
I had the GOAT.
Okay.
I had to put the GOAT in there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna talk about it, but y'all know. If you know me, you know what it is.
A little salt bait, just a little salt bait, little dropping, little sprinkle.
But put it in the comments if you think you know what I'm talking about.
That's a fact, because I'm curious about that too. Throw that in there. I think I know. I think I got the vision.
Say it. We'll bleep it.
Oh no! You gonna put me on the spot? I was just gonna say Ichigo.
Yeah.
Oh, so
we're not talking about characters.
Oh, we just talk about.
No, we're talking about anime that taught us life lessons.
So then, anime that taught you life lessons. You gonna have to tell me now.
What are we talking about?
Oh yeah, okay, bro. My brain.
Bro.
My brain is braining. My brain is braining. That's a fact. That's absolutely a fact. Okay.
Go.
Okay. I got one too. All right, so we said Vinland Saga. I said Samurai Champloo. We talked Gurren Lagann. So one, I'm gonna do a two for real quick because they're both real short. So one, I had as Shangri-La Frontier. Now,
no way.
Yes, no. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna land the plane.
Let's move on.
I'm gonna land the plane. The thing I enjoyed about Shangri-La Frontier more than anything else, as far as teaching me a life lesson, is when I look at Son.
Love him. But yeah.
Love what you do. Do what you love.
Love what you do, baby.
Love what you do. Do what you love, bro. He was a beast. Son Raku's a beast at video games, but why he loves playing?
He came from trash.
But that's my point. He loved playing trash video games. Mm-hmm. He loved doing. Then
he went outside of his comfort.
He went outside of his comfort zone, and he loved it even more. But at the same time, do what you love, and you will find that happiness, bro. You will find that happiness, and I that's at least what I took from it. Obviously, I love Shangri-La Frontier. The fights are crazy. The game mode, it's an isekai without really being an isekai, which I really appreciate. But do what you love. Don't let nobody judge you for doing whatever you want to do, loving whoever you want to love, loving doing what you ever doing. Like I felt
he got a whole shorty off of that.
That's what, like
he don't know he got a shorty.
He don't know he got a shorty,
but he got a shorty off of it.
He don't know he got a shorty. But he got a shorty. And they're gonna game together too. It's gonna be great. But I that was one of the things from Shangri-La Frontier that I truly gravitated to when I first started watching the series. Was just like, bro, this is just somebody that don't really care about what anybody else got to say. They just love doing what they do. And I as someone that definitely struggled with that, especially when I was younger, like, leaning into what makes you happy and leaning into what you want to do, how you want to do it. I feel like that was such an important lesson. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was, yeah.
That's what life is. It's definitely something that I learned a little later in life, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was always seeking things that like made me happy, for sure, but I didn't realize it. And like that has also transitioned into who I am now as a person. Like, truly, I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my life recently, and I mean like recently, like the last like 6.5, 7 months, is being grateful for the things that I have, on top of being in the moment and being appreciative of the things that I have in this exact moment.
Being in the moment is very important.
It's tough for me. So yeah. I mean,
it's a lesson I'm still like, I haven't mastered. I learn it. I kind of know how to do it every now and then, but I haven't mastered it. Like being in the moment. And I know so the reason why I got my wife and my wedding on my mind is because it's my 2-year anniversary this weekend. So
congratulations.
Appreciate you, big dog. But like I remember my wedding day because one piece of advice that I got from everyone that I spoke with leading up to my wedding day was take it all in. It goes by very fast. That was like the best piece of advice that I got from anybody that I talked to leading up to it. And one of the things that I tried to do and was very intentional about doing that whole day was getting a moment to just kind of look around, like smell the roses, just kind of be like, holy cow, like we here. And I had a couple of times throughout the day that I even look back on, and I can remember 2 years, coming up on 2 years now, where I was like sitting in the hotel room and I was just by myself. I had like turned the Yankee game on for the night before. I had like muted it, and I just kind of was just in there chilling. I was just kind of like looking around. I had like opened the curtains. I was like looking around. I was like, yo, I'm getting married today. And we
were just talking about this, like 2 days ago, and I was like, dang, your anniversary's 2 years now. I was like, I was just at that wedding.
Time flies when you having fun, right? And it's just, it's living in the moment is such a hard thing to do at times because we're all always like running here, running there, doing this, going there, seeing people here, going to visit that, moving there. Like, but being able to have that, I was listening to a podcast a couple weeks back, and the host was mentioning that like being able to focus is a skill. Like it truly is. Being able to like truly focus and be in the moment is a skill, and being able to work that muscle so that you can look around and smell the roses. That's important. And so I don't know. I just kind of I look at
it takes practice, man, and it takes discipline. And one thing that I like for me is that there was an uncomfort that I had trying to be in the moment for so long in my life. Like it was uncomfortable to try to be in the moment. Like I know that sounds crazy, but
I was like, what made it uncomfortable?
The intentional parts of being in the moment. I don't mean like, oh, everyone's having a good time. It's all fun, dandy. Everybody can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, being intentional in those moments where it's like we're having this face-to-face conversation, whatever it is, and we're just here with each other. We're talking. You get what I'm saying? Like that level of kind of being in the moment. Yeah. So just enjoying it and respecting it. So, yeah.
Bro, anime's so great.
Man, and listen, man, it's like I can understand why some people are like, I can't get into anime because it's animated, it's a cartoon, and I can get that. I don't disagree with anybody for the take. However, I don't like when
I think I can disagree with them. Sorry.
Hold on, I don't. The reason why I could and would is that it's like giving something a try one time and just being like everything surrounding that one try that I did for this, anything that even sounds like that one thing I didn't like, I can't enjoy now.
Okay. Say that one more time.
So let's say I'm trying to relate it to food in a way where it's like, but I can't, but I will. So for example, you know me, I cannot eat bell peppers. I can't even smell them.
Yep.
Like I literally can't even. If I smell bell peppers in your house, I'm not walking in.
Yep. Fun fact, y'all. No bell peppers.
But I could have left that road down a long time ago and just left it at all peppers. Nope. I eat jalapenos. I like poblanos. You get what I'm saying? So what I mean is, you'll think of this one thing as, oh, it's a cartoon. I can't enjoy that.
Got you. Okay, yeah. Looking at it and just like swearing everything off because of that one.
Because of that one thing, instead of giving it a try or an opportunity.
Or looking at it as an individual thing.
Or individual thing. And the thing is, each anime is its own individual thing. It's just under a genre.
Mm-hmm. It's not. No, I was going to say anime. And I think people look at anime as a genre. It's not really a genre. There are genres within it. It's a medium. Yes, anime is definitely a medium. Yeah,
it's a medium. 1,000%. And at this point in time, anime is a culture too.
Facts.
It's like how long did it take for hip hop to be known as a culture?
Yo, you are we spitting right now, AU? Are we spitting a little bit right now? Hold up, look at the big brain on AU. Look at the big brain on.
Let him cook.
I think we spit a little bit here, boy. Hold on, let me stop playing.
Let him cook.
But it's the true. It's a true fact, and it's. I laugh because I think I posted something on the Couch Stealers IG yesterday, where it was like Tom on the Midnight Run, and I was talking to my wife, and I was just like, man, back when like Toonami used to drop at midnight and used to be up and the Midnight Run, and to see so many people. Like I laugh when you look at a situation where it's like, dang, did we all grow up the same way? Or like, dang, we all kind of had like a similar childhood around certain aspects and certain things. And I feel like Toonami, and we talk about it all the time, Toonami was that for us. But to see how the culture started at a place, but has grown to the place where it is now, where you have people using their talents, their skills, their love to expand it. Whether, okay, you rap. Okay, now you doing rapping about anime. Oh, you paint? Bet. Now you doing all this painting about anime. Oh, look, we got two brothers that love talking about anime. Now we got microphones. Now we here talking about it.
Their anime is now a culture. And so, yeah, man, respect the culture. You know?
Respect it. Respect
the culture.
Respect it. And the only quick one else I had was and it's a specific. I guess it's Yu Hakusho, but it's not Yu Hakusho. It's Smile Bomb. Smile Bomb.
Got it.
Going in a crowd. In a faceless town. I need to feel the touch of a friend from the countryside, neither far and wide. The isolation gets me again. I don't know where to go.
I don't know where to go. Hey, fuck that. Come on, stop.
That's what I'm saying. Like. Come on, bro. Talk to me. Talk to me. Smile Bomb teaches you lessons. Listening to Smile Bomb when I was growing up, even now as an adult, when I'm watching Yu Hakusho and I hear Smile Bomb and I hear the lyrics and I hear her hitting those notes,
I want to stop
and go up again.
No, bro,
like it just hits you not only in the feels, but it makes you reflect on life. It makes you reflect on life in a different kind of way.
My wisdom grows. Nah, come on. We're not gonna get into it. Let's switch topics because you got me.
We here though. You feel me?
You got me into shit now. Hell yeah.
All right, so let's do it this way. Let's talk a little bit about there's been so many different anime that dropped this week. Obviously, the summer season has started, so we get into it a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
This season is definitely gonna make me expand my anime capacity. I'll tell you that right now.
You want to know which one I do want to do? And we're not going to go into it because I haven't watched it yet, and I don't know. And I kind of want to see if you will get into it too, understanding that it's going to be out there. But I'm trying to watch it. Was it like smoking behind the job or something like that? With the old, it's like I forgot.
You're not doing that.
No, I'm doing that because it looks fire. It looks fire. Like meeting the girl outside to smoke after your job break or something. It's definitely slice of life. It's super slice of life. But I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. So if y'all watching that, let me know because I'm down for that. But one that did drop that we did catch, Clevatess is back for season 2. And shout out the people who doing Clevatess because this is how you do when you have a season. When you have a first season that kind of shocks and surprises everybody. You don't say, "Oh, we'll be back in another 2 years." No, you come back and put that on them,
bro. You come back and put that on them. And hold on, I'm about to give you some shit.
What you got?
I mean, you specifically like it because remember that debate we had? It had to be like sometime last year. I ain't never let it go. I told you I went to Hader University. So, anyways, I was an A student there.
I was just about to say, my man graduated. Hater summa cum laude.
Anyways, about how long should an anime take to come back out? And now, don't get me wrong, I am all for just a little here, a little don't get on my backness. I am all for giving writers, animators their time and what they need to be healthy, safe, and all that jazz, and just be with their families, whatever it is. However,
big facts.
With that being stated, when you got the top motherfuckers out here really throwing it out there like this, if you don't come back within a year,
you're gonna get lost. Yeah, you're gonna get lost.
You're in trouble. You are in trouble.
At least, here's how I look at it. At least the next 12 episodes got to come out within the year. Like, but you might not need to give.
And so far, the first episode has already given us enough, at least me personally, I think, to make us intrigued again, because I was very interested as to where this show was going to go for season 1.
Okay.
Bro, they about to give us a school arc.
So let me
for it.
So you here for the Clevatess?
We're gonna get a tournament.
Oh, we getting a tournament? Okay, I'm always.
I don't know.
Anytime it's a school
arc, it's a tournament.
Here's what I'll say. Because I'm always down for a tournament. Like, come on now. That tournament arcs raised me. So I'm always here for a tournament.
I'm here for a tournament arc. Because we haven't. When's the last time we got a tournament arc?
A good tournament arc.
You can say Black Clovers.
Black Clovers was pretty good.
I didn't think Black Clovers was that great, but I enjoyed it still.
I enjoyed Black Clover's tournament arc. I wished it was more like head to head instead of like objective based.
Yeah.
But then I say that, but then I also think about like the last really good one was like the Fairy Tale tournament arc. That tournament arc was gas.
That tournament arc was fire.
Even though that had elements of objective based, but they also got
sure.
They threw that fair one came out every now and then. Tournament of Power, I guess. I'm trying to think of what other like big time tournaments.
I like the Tournament of Power actually a lot, by the way. So anybody who doesn't like it, cool, I can respect it. But I am actually a big fan of the Tournament of Power.
Tournament of Power was good.
I liked it for the show.
Oh, it was a great Okay, it's a great Dragon Ball tournament. It's a great Dragon Ball tournament. Yes. That is true. It is a great Dragon Ball tournament. I'll give you that. Okay.
One of the best, if you ask the person.
It is. It is a great Dragon Ball tournament. Like, it's a very good. Okay, when you put it in that context, it's a very good. It's a very good Dragon Ball tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's some great tournament arcs out there. So I'll be down for a Clevatess tournament arc. I love at least how we're getting introduced to one more characters, because that was the other thing.
Yes.
We basically had like a handful of characters. Yeah, we were getting a handful of characters. So my initial thought about the school arc was a little bit like, I'm gonna let y'all cook. It was literally that. It was, I'm gonna let y'all cook. The thing I love about this show, it gives us back that old school dark fantasy vibe without it being like, what was that one dark fantasy that was like on Netflix that was really like, was it Bastard? Where it was just like rock and roll and sex.
Yeah, that series was insane. I can't even believe that even got renewed for a second season.
I can't even believe they were able to put that like on like regular like streaming service.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I watched a couple episodes of that and I just was like, so y'all just letting anybody like stumble upon this.
1,000%. Hey, sex sells, I guess.
Like,
right?
I guess it does. It still do. But like, I truly appreciated the fact that we were getting that dark fantasy kind of vibe back, and it was gory, and it didn't also felt like it took itself too seriously. You know what I mean? Like it felt like it knew what its lane was, and so having I feel
like it's setting that lane, or rather, it's set that lane, but I feel like they are setting us up for a much bigger impact, and the reason why I say that is
opening
because.
Scene?
Yes, one, the opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
Two, we're getting more into the magic part of the world. And I don't know who old boy was with the blonde hair who subdued, or white hair who subdued those two twins. But
with the eye. That looked at
problem.
That looked at Clevatess and like, yo, what up?
And Clevatess, whatever you say his name is.
Glenn.
He is intrigued, but I don't think he's just intrigued. I think when he heard about the old magic of Toph or Tok, whatever it is, or something like that, his ears perked up like, whoa.
Like, I see you seeing me seeing you.
Yeah, what you talking about, boy? Ain't nobody supposed to know about this level of something like that. So I think the world is about to expand.
So so while we both are on the same level of enjoying Clevatess, and I think with it being in its lane where it's at, it's a low-key sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
But
still a sleeper.
What I need it to continue to do, or what it needs to expand on and not get lost in the sauce of, let's say, Asuna from Sword Art Online.
Yes.
The main heroine, she still needs to be relevant in a way. Like, I'm not crazy about her getting shrunk down and like it being like a joke kind of thing. I get her body is basically being held together by dark magic.
I think we gotta let him cook.
It's been one episode. I'm just saying.
I think we gotta let him.
I'm gonna let him cook. I'm
cook.
gonna let him cook. I'm just saying.
I don't even mean for the season. I think this is a series. Let him cook.
It's definitely.
I don't think this is a season by season. Let him cook. I think this is a series. Let him cook.
100% a series. Let him cook. But I just don't want. I hate the trope when we get a badass female character, whether it's a heroine or some type of like really dope villain or something.
Bro, and bring me back them early 2000s, 90s heroines, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give me something like that.
There was some bad women,
and they like, and you wouldn't want to see them in a dark alley. Neither.
No, you would not.
I'm saying.
No, like, you would not.
And so I want that. I just don't want her to get lost in the sauce because like that was something that I know a lot of people had. And I go back to the Sword Art Online example because Asuna as a main character, when she first got brought in, she was this really dope heroine, leader of the Crimson, whatever the hell they were called. Like she was legit up there. And then by the end of she was a damsel in distress. She was running at the Kirito. She was a mom to a fairy. Like, you know what I mean? They went down the rabbit hole too far. I don't want them to do that. Keep the badass character.
I don't think they
badass.
are. And the reason why I say that is because there is a darkness to Clevatess.
There's a darkness.
That I don't think can be ignored. And a part of, not even be ignored, it is a part of the show. Okay. And that darkness heavily surrounds the main character. So,
yes.
But I also think the show is also challenging our view in a way. Who's the main character? Is it her or is it Clevatess?
I think it's Clevatess. I think he's the main character, and then I think she, I guess, I forgot what's the official term, like protagonist and like duologist or I forgot the term off the top of my head.
You're
but
good.
Yeah, my brain. But I think she is like adjacent to the main character. But the show is called Clevatess. I think Clevatess is the main character. I think it's all about how, even though she showed up with the heroes,
one, I would say she was the protagonist.
She was the protagonist in season 1, most definitely. But I think now the shift is going to go back towards
or just
Clevatess.
The main character. I won't say protagonist, but yeah.
But I think it shifts back to Clevatess in that way where it was like, look. And I wish we saw more of his like crazy wolf form. Like I got to see that at least once a season. I got to see it at least once a season. If I see it once a season,
my boy rolls a whole entire pillar up in the middle of the whole entire whatever. So we might be seeing something.
All I know is I'm down to see it at least once a season. But this summer season is going to be really. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. To your point, there's going to be some series that are going to stretch you a little bit, make you look at things a little differently. I am going to catch that One Piece heroine. I know you're not going to watch it, but I'm going to let you know how it is.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
The animation actually look kind of fire too.
It's all good.
I think they're doing a good thing with it.
I'm not judging nobody. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just going about my way.
You're gonna go about your way. Yo, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, AU here. If we looking at episodes, and we talked about Clevatess in that first season, I remember that first episode being nuts because like all the heroes showed up. We get this real big battle, and then they just get straight slaughtered.
Yeah,
they got slaughtered within like the first 45 seconds.
It wasn't even like close in any capacity.
It wasn't even close. It was not close to the fact that you as the viewer are like, what made y'all think y'all even had a chance to do this?
Well, to be fair, no one ever came back. So
I feel like that tells you everything you need to know.
I disagree.
What you think they go into another dimension and like happy go?
No, you don't know how close it was. You don't know what it is.
I don't know. I think if
they don't even know that, like, they don't know how far the gap is. I think if the gap was ever shown, which it has been now, then they'd be like, you know what?
Fair enough.
All set with being a hero.
Fair enough.
That gap never was shown until, he destroyed their whole kingdom.
I will say, for anybody that has never seen Clevatess season 1, first of all, I do recommend it. But then second of all, it's also like, the gap would probably be like you to a legitimate ant, like an anthill, like literally an anthill. Like, imagine like an anthill. Oh, you think it's worse than an anthill?
It's worse than an anthill. The reason why I say that is because ants get all over you. They'll bite you. That's just sting. Like, it's not fun.
Yeah, but I also don't think
he destroyed that kingdom, and they couldn't even do what ants would do to us.
Yeah, they couldn't even get close enough to bite them. They were just like, bro, if you don't get this little pesky thing away from me.
different levels of diabolicalness.
Little pesky thing. But yeah, I'm talking about first episodes because I wanted to see what is like the series with the strongest first episodes. What are first episodes that really stood out to you? Obviously, like I said, we talking Clevatess, but you got one that came to mind.
Wait. Do you mean like for the season or
no? Just for the series in general. Because I think about
what do you mean?
So like this, the first episode of Promised Neverland, fire first. Fire.
Honestly, okay, that would have been something for sure.
Fire first episode.
I mean, we all know how that went.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Fire first episode. Fire first season. Terrible show. I wouldn't even. One Punch Man had a great first episode in the first season, and then that fell off a cliff.
I know you know, we had a few of these topics lined up. This one I wanted to wing a little bit just to.
That's fine.
I wanted to be a little bit more organic.
That's fine. I mean, most of the ones that I thought about anyway, I was going to say regardless. So like, Freerun is one that comes up for a first episode where it might not be violence, it might not be craziness.
Great first episode for sure.
Great first episode. Great Hemmel the Hero.
Yeah,
bro, Hemmel the Hero. Shout out Hemmel the Hero, bro.
This one's gonna piss some people off.
Oh boy.
Tokyo Ghoul actually had a phenomenal first episode.
Yo, Tokyo Ghoul's first episode was fire.
It was insane.
It was fire. Yo, when it got revealed that she's been the one eating everybody.
Yeah. Tokyo Ghoul, this can't be happening. And then she was eating his guts.
That's a great one.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that one to start us off. That's what's that organicness. I just wanted to kind of think about
That's
it.
That's a great one because I recently rewatched Tokyo Ghoul, at least the first season. I still have never gotten to was it square A or something like that? I know you did it and you were very, very highly upset. But like
the show got canceled for a reason.
Yo, I rewatched the first season a couple months back, and that first episode, I forgot how scary it was. Like, first of all, I forgot, bro. Even the very first scene where we see her, what was it? What did they call them? Was it gourmet? I forgot, like the gourmet. I forgot what they called them. The ones that were like the gluttons that like ate just because they was hungry, that never were satiated with their hunger, and they just kept eating and eating and eating and eating.
Even honestly, I've put this series so far behind me, even I forgot. And I loved Tokyo.
I was about to say, you love Tokyo.
I read a lot of the manga, no. That's how I knew about it before it came out, and that's why I was disappointed when season 2 came out.
I remember you were hyped.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
You were so excited for season 2 because we were roommates when that happened. You were over the moon excited for season 2, and I just remember you like telling me you were so disappointed. Like I walked in the room one time and you just was like, "Bro, I can't." You were I
forced myself to finish that.
I remember there was one time I walked in the room and you just was sitting there like this, just upset. And I was like, "Yo, you good?" And you were they massacred
I think collectively, anyone who was a Tokyo Ghoul fan, and there was a lot, will be like, this was terrible.
I definitely think collectively that's been the consensus, that people were over the moon excited for it because it had great character, great storyline, great action, great opening, great ending to season 1, phenomenal ending to season 1, and then
left us with a lot to think about.
I actually just recently saw on I was either on Instagram or TikTok, but I saw the scene where Kaneki actually gets that that moment of like his mom didn't have the wherewithal to sacrifice everything, and hearing him lose his mind behind that was so I forgot how powerful of a scene that was. He was like, "Whatever it takes." Like
there were some real crazy rage moments in Tokyo Ghoul. I think that was half of the plot.
I mean, the torture scene for me, I don't think I'll.
I mean, obviously, the torture scene was insane. My boy breaking his fingers and just like his hair is slowly turning white. It was just wild.
The thing for me is when he doom and the doggone centipede came out his ear. I was like, "What? Huh?"
All right, what else you got?
I mean, some of the low hanging fruit I will have to also acknowledge.
Oh, all right.
I'll acknowledge one low hanging fruit just because it was the first time I ever had crazy shock value for a first episode. Like a new it unlocked a new level of shock value, and it was AOT. AOT's first episode unlocked.
I feel like that's a banger for a lot of people for sure.
It unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, my boy mom got chomped.
It wasn't even the fact that she. It wasn't even the fact that she got chomped.
I was like, "Where your mom at?
Nah.
Where your mom at?"
Getting digested, even though they couldn't even digest them. It was, to me, the part wasn't even the fact when she got chomped on. It was when she got broken in half. That was for me, because she was like fighting it a little bit and fighting it a little bit, and then she was like, "All right, enough of this." And I was just like, "Bro, this is not a Kit Kat bar. Stop!" Like it. So
it showed that general, like, kind of idea of what they're dealing with.
It did a great job of building the world in a way that I think was both shock value, but then also did its job, did what it was supposed to do. It set the tone.
It set the tone for the world that these people were living in.
But they thought the world they thought they was living in.
Well, I mean, within those walls.
Fair.
That's what I mean.
Fair.
Like, I'm talking about literally just the first season, episode 1. All we knew was that within those walls, and then outside of those walls.
Yeah,
that little world. I'm gonna go My Hero.
Ooh, okay, all right. So, My Hero's first episode,
because when my boy put his hand out and said, "Young Midoriya, come," to this day was like, "What you mean?"
See, what you mean? We got so far with Midoriya. We did. We got so I almost forget where Midoriya started. They built that world
up very well in the first episode.
At least All Might. You knew All Might was Superman. You know.
Well, I didn't mean just the world. They explained, the power systems, like they even gave us the most basic reason as to how all this happened, and everybody was okay with it. We didn't need anything more than that. But we knew this is the world they were living in. We knew this is who Midoriya was. We knew this was his idol. This is the peak. We got like the parameters of the world very quickly.
Okay. Okay.
And I think we got it quickly off of writing, as well as just
straight animation with it too.
Yeah, they had some for the time. They had some pretty good animation. My Hero, yeah.
I got one for you that's a little bit more organic, and I genuinely love this series. Code Geass first episode.
No way.
The Code Geass first episode. It was
a good first episode for sure.
Bugging, bro.
I like Code Geass. Thank you, by the way. You put me on.
I got you. But that first episode of Code Geass, where Lelouch unlocked the Geass for the first time, and he goes to my man and go, "Yes, Your Highness." Like, what? Come on. That whole scene when they walking up there and just eviscerating all the Japanese people. The old people are like, "Oh, we gotta go." People. And next thing you know, you just see splatter. Like, it just Code Geass first episode was crazy, bro. Code Geass first episode was crazy for me,
but I really liked it. I see where you're going. I respect it. It's not a bad take. I love it.
Okay, all right. What else?
I do.
You got another one? You got another organic one?
Off the top of my head, I really don't know.
So I do have one while you thinking, and this is fresh in my mind because I'm rewatching it, and I think I saw that you finished it. Dr. Stone's first episode. I didn't
finish Dr. Stone yet. I am. Again, they just went up into a hot air balloon.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. They're searching for
season 3, I think.
Season 3.
Yeah, okay, season 3.
Season 3, like episode 1 or episode 2.
I'm at the end of season 1. I had started Dr. Stone years ago and was watching it, and then I fell off, and so I just started all over again. So I recently watched the first episode of Dr. Stone. By recently, I mean like within the last week.
Yeah.
That first episode set the tone with Senku being a genius, but then also with the world turning to stone. And I get that that's the whole premise of the show, but can we also talk about that 3,700 years went by and people were just in stone? Like, what happened? Yeah. My brain can't help but go to the moments where Senku was standing in a school when he got turned to stone. He woke up lying in the grass. Like, think of all the people that just was in the wrong place at the wrong. Like, I think about the plane falling out the sky. Like, bro, what if you was just about to go see your family for the first time in a while, and now you just Now you just crumpling on the like you just little pebbles.
I mean, and you got one nigga over here breaking everybody up. Like, imagine.
So he a JoJo villain, bro. He's a JoJo's villain.
He's a JoJo villain.
He's in the wrong show.
He's in the wrong.
He's completely in the wrong show.
He's definitely in the wrong show. And
he's in JoJo's character,
and he aura farms pretty hard.
Like everything he be hitting poses. His cape be blowing in the wind. Like he's a JoJo's character. When I first watched it, I was like, bro, why are you here? You Zoro version of JoJo? You the Zoro character in JoJo? You just ended up in the wrong show? That's the first thought that came to mind with him.
I got one for you.
All right, what you got?
I was looking through just some anime or whatever. I cheated a little bit here.
No, you got you. I got you.
First episode of Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh.
Now, if you guys have not watched Cowboy Bebop, you really should. First and foremost. Son of a bitch.
Yo, that's
you son of a bitch. I'm in.
Yo, the first episode of Cowboy Bebop. Yo, the first episode of Cowboy Bebop is one of the best episodes of the entire series.
Yes,
of the entire series. Like.
You knew by the end of the episode you were in for a ride. You had that, like, first and foremost, Cowboy Bebop's music is still to this day one of the GOATs in terms of just music across the board. Not even just openings and endings, but music within every damn episode.
I would even put it up with any show, live action or otherwise. Yeah. Like the score in Cowboy Bebop is as good. You could put it up with the score of almost any other live action or animated series. I truly believe that.
There were times when I was watching Cowboy Bebop as a kid, and I didn't even realize I was watching a cartoon.
No,
or an
you
anime.
Was watching a show. You was watching a great show.
Strictly because when I was a kid, I thought it was just a cartoon. So I thought I was just watching a show. Like, I thought I was just watching, there were times where it just felt, it probably, you know what, this might be one of the few instances that I could think of, like, growing up as my childhood, everything, watching, whether it was cartoons or anime, one of the few instances where I couldn't differentiate between the feeling I was getting from watching people on a TV show versus an anime.
Okay, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Because Spike Spiegel was such a charismatic character that, we here for the ride.
The humor, everything about the show just felt so great.
Yo, man.
Just so, it was perfect for the time, too. It really was. I don't think Cowboy Bebop is a GOAT in any other era. I hate to say that. I think it needed to be in that area.
I don't think
it would have.
Interesting conversation.
I don't think it'd be appreciated in today's era.
That is a better way of saying that. That is not
now,
because I think it's still a goated series.
Anybody who gets into anime now and actually becomes someone who really does enjoy watching anime, they will go back and appreciate Cowboy Bebop. But people who are just casually watching anime, I don't think they would enjoy it as a series.
So I'll put it to you like this,
and I know that's general. Like, I can't speak to everybody, but I mean, I think a good amount of people would feel that way.
I think it's definitely better to say that it may not be appreciated as much, but I also think that the viewership of anime is so much different now than it was during our era, and that's why series because I think about a similar. It wasn't obviously a spinoff because it's a different world, but a similar style of show was Michigo to Hatchin, and that one came out at a time where the appreciation for that style of anime wasn't as high as it was before, and that series gets slipped on so much that anytime I see somebody cosplaying anything from Michigo to Hatchin, I'm absolutely retweeting it, I'm reblogging it, I'm reposting it, I'm redoing something with it, I'm liking it because it's gas.
Let me explain to you guys how long that era lasted, and this is gonna I didn't watch this growing up. I did watch it a little bit later, obviously. Cowboy Bebop first episode aired 2001. Cowboy Bebop is considered a GOAT of anime. Whether you agree with it or you don't, it is. It is a GOAT of anime. It is a great series in general outside of the realm of anime. Cowboy Bebop was still rocking the same art style as something as Ninja Scroll. And Ninja Scroll, whether y'all know or don't know, Ninja Scroll, I think it dropped late
mid to late 80s, maybe.
I'm gonna double check.
I know it was the 80s. I definitely know it was the 80s.
I'm gonna double check. 1993.
Oh wow, okay, it wasn't the 80s.
But
I definitely was
1993. So close, on the border. But my point being is that style of anime lasted a long time.
Yes, it did. A very long time.
A very long time. Has it gone now? For sure. But you see remnants of it. Think of if you watch Clevatess right now, I think you'll get remnants of like early style anime.
You'll definitely get like remnants of that era and obviously not the animation because the animation has changed, but to your point, the style and the feeling that you get when you watch a series like that, like one of those, like you could tell whoever was putting pen to paper when it comes to this really was, love that 80s 90s. It's not grungy, but it's like a little bit more real.
I know
a little bit more real life. I think it was a little bit more realistic to the human element than I think shows and series can be now.
Yeah.
I got to go back to that episode. I got to go back to that first episode of Cowboy Bebop real quick though, because that episode
it was so funny.
It has everything.
It was inviting.
But then it also it was twisted. It was dark.
Well, a little bit.
Bro, what you mean a little bit? My man said, yo, the bloody red there, bro. Get that bloody red.
You are a space cowboy.
My man said,
and like, think about it. Think about the Wild Wild West in terms of like, it's heyday. Bro. That will never end in space. Being a space cowboy is always going to be Wild Wild West. This is Candyland.
Yo,
space is infinite. It's too vast. You know what I mean? So like being a space cowboy with that technology, it's gonna be twisted. It's gonna be nuts.
My man, I just was Osmanoff or something like that was his name. The scene where we see Spike fight him for the first time and Spike shoots the drug and then they scrap it in the area. I'm literally seeing it. He throws the table and the dude punches the table and then Spike hit him with the wildest 1-2 combo with his Spike like, what up, bang, bang, what up,
he
what
was
up,
so
bang,
clean with it. Spike was so clean with it.
Bang. And then and then the tragedy of the ending of the first episode. Like everything. Oh my God, that episode was so good. And as soon as you said Cowboy Bebop, because
speaking of, shout out to Faye Valentine, her fine ass, one of the early finer ones.
Yo, Faye Valentine definitely gets forgotten in a way that I wish she didn't, because Faye Valentine was definitely everything about Cowboy Bebop, from the characters to like the storylines to just bro, you gonna try and how you gonna try and tell me this is supposed to be bell peppers and beef? I know this ain't no doggone bell peppers and beef. Ain't no beef in here. What you mean?
Ain't no beef in here.
Like, ain't no beef in here. So I wouldn't call it bell peppers and beef. And then the thing that got me was Jet with that damn bonsai plant, bro. Stop cutting off the leaves of the bonsai plant like that.
Bro, just clipping them.
Like, stop, bro. And then you would be getting upset with yourself that you did, right? Nobody told you to bring over there in the first place. Oh, my goodness gracious,
Speaking of Cowboy Bebop. The English voice actor. I'm gonna leave that where it is.
Yo, listen, breadcrumb message.
Message.
Nah, but one thing I think, as far as and I know we coming up on a little bit of time here, but there's been so many different great first episodes. I had a couple more that I just wanted to just like note. Dora Hedora, the first episode, because the first time
I didn't watch that yet.
You gotta. That's apparently now. I haven't watched season 2 yet.
Season 2, or you mean the first episode?
No,
when
the first episode.
In
the
his
first
mouth.
when he's
climbing.
Got it. Yeah. Bro, got it, when that came in, when he's came in, and he said and put that shit in his mouth. He was just like, "Yo, what the dude inside my mouth say to you? I'm sorry. What the worst? What the what inside of where say do what?" So yes, I had Dora Hedora up there.
Valid crash out.
And I gotta watch that season 2. Apparently, that season 2 has they already greenlit season 3. They're already getting season 3 off of season 2. Dang. That's how good season 2 was.
Okay, definitely gonna have to get on Dora Hedora. Honestly, it was kind of fading to black for me a little bit. But
it was, but it was a great first season. It was a great first season.
I enjoyed the first season.
It was a great first season.
Very fun. Felt a little more original than other series that I was watching at the time. So yeah, I'll take it.
Yep. Heavily Delusion season 1 had that in there. Speaking of series that are starting to fade a little bit into the abyss.
Let
Heavily
it fade.
Delusions, the first episode.
Let it go.
Had I had Parasite, the first episode.
Oh, Parasite first episode.
With Miggy getting into the hand.
See, the thing is about Miggy is Miggy until the end. Like, he was Miggy always, but man, Miggy.
Shout out Miggy.
Why'd you do that?
Nah, bro. Shout out Miggy. And also, no. I don't care if it's canon or not.
Whoa, wait.
What?
Is Pochita new Gen Miggy?
I definitely was just about to say Chainsaw Man. I have Chainsaw Man in here too, because that first Chainsaw Man episode. Oh boy, that first Chainsaw Man episode was like horror.
You didn't want to believe me,
horror,
bro. When you saw his dead body, like
Mickey was
the lifeless dead body.
But even just the zombies chasing him, they wasn't even like, they didn't even like cut to black and say like, nothing. Okay, now he's in the dumpster. Nope. We saw him get stabbed up a few times. Like that was
few. My boy is screaming, ah. That
like
shit was
crazy. Summertime Rendering, which was a crazy first episode off of just the time travel element of it. I gotta finish Summertime Rendering though.
Summertime Rendering fade to black too.
No. Well, it finished. It was only like
you misunderstand. I mean, like things I would rather just. I'm good on now, moving forward in life.
And then I had Death Note. Which is a little bit of low hanging fruit, but
it's low hanging fruit for
it's
sure.
Low hanging fruit, but I just it deserves a mention. The greatness of it deserves a mention, and I mean, and Death Note's not one of my all time favorite series. Like, I've never been a huge fan of Death Note. The thing for me when I look at Death Note is Death Note's peaks were nuts. Death Note has really high peaks.
Yes, it does. It
has very, very high peaks.
But you're not wrong.
But I don't. You know, and truthfully, it was because how they did L. That was what that they.
Yeah, but
how they did L was how
unfortunately
they really lost me.
It had to happen
because I know.
Like, they were at such crazy peaks that there was nothing else they could do to raise the stakes.
But
somebody had to die.
I know, but that was supposed to be L's caper, bro. That was L's capture. That was supposed to be L's like.
I feel like
descendant of L near.
No, I don't even mean that. I mean just that, like
disciple, not descendant.
Yeah,
I just Yo, AU man, we yo, bro. I get so mad about it. I do because L was my character. I loved L. L was such a fire character.
But I think it's that. But like, I think in his death, like that was also a part of his plan in terms of like. I think he wanted to win from the grave to really be like, yeah, I'm like that. I beat you from the grave. Like, yeah, I feel like you ain't like.
I guess. If I didn't get the confirmation from Death Parade that like L got a chance to like see light at the end and be like, yo, I got you. Like, I wish they could have given me like some type of like Neon Genesis moment at the end where like they're both there and he's like, yeah, I got you. But
or that Tagoro moment.
Yeah, like a Tagoro moment or something like that.
But he couldn't. You got to understand, if you ever write in that book, you are cooked.
Yeah, fair enough.
Some say that we saw Light as a Shinigami, by the way.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. In Death Parade, it was he was like in the waiting room in Death Parade, which was fire. That was such a fire callback. And I remember watching Death Parade at the time with my wife, and we were, I don't even think we were engaged yet. I think we were still dating, but that's one of the only anime that she's ever like sat down and finished like soup to nuts and loved was Death Note. And she caught it before I did. She was like, does that look like light? And I was like, like light in the room? Like, what are you talking about? And then we ran in the room. Yeah, because like I was like, what are you talking about? We ran the episode, we ran that moment back, and I was like, is that light?
Like, now we don't ever know, but like
looking like
1966. If you ask me, it was light.
It was confirmed. It was like because Death Parade's basically
was it? I didn't realize.
Yeah,
it was confirmed.
It was confirmed. Death Parade is like a sequel, a offshoot sequel series of Death Note. And in that light, instead of being, because I think that the reason behind it was that like
if you write in the book you can't go to heaven or hell.
Yeah, and so he was like his soul was basically sitting there in purgatory waiting.
Everybody that even his Shinigami was a previous user. Everyone was a previous user.
So now you just in there Shinigami-ing it up.
And I feel like you know what? The only your punishment is to be this thing for all eternity, and the only
never know peace.
And the biggest punishment is that every now and then you get to go back down to Earth and see what it's like.
Yeah, but that's a crazy punishment when you think about it.
Yeah, that's
definitely a crazy punishment. I mean,
you can't play God, man.
Bro, and even though his intentions at the beginning were righteous,
they were still. You can't play God, man.
No, you can't, and it's just like, I mean, it's been beat to death.
It wasn't even in defense. Like at this point, like there was like, bro, you take a life in defense. I can understand that. You know what I mean? You were defending yourself. It was you or them. But my boy was just writing a script, bro. It's just like,
yeah. I know he's going back to then I'll eat a chip. Like
then I'll eat a chip.
It's still one of the wildest moments for me because it's like he in there, like how you get hungry while you killing people, bro. Like that should have been the first sign. That should have been the first sign.
Take hard work.
Like, yo, he's just sitting there like, I'm gonna get you and you and you. And I remember what you did to me in 3rd grade, and I'm gonna get this.
Oh
like,
my!
He was just in there wilding. He was in there wilding, bro. Oh my goodness. Yo, AU man, we done had some fun today, I'd say. We done had some fun, but before we slide on up out of here, you got something you want to leave the people with before we go?
Man, y'all already know it's always room on the couch, baby. That's
always. And also, we got some stuff we're gonna be dropping for y'all coming up over the next couple of days. Some announcements, all that good stuff. Next week, we should have an episode next week. We got stuff to do, but we should have an episode next week. We could if we don't, we'll let y'all
see.
Know. Yeah, we're gonna let y'all know. And that's not like, oh, we're gonna be back in 3 months. That was like literally like we are actually doing stuff next weekend. So we got stuff for y'all. But until next time, make sure y'all follow us across all socials. You already know it at Couch Cleavers. But until then, always room.